Hey, what's going on? I thought about doing a show flyer for this Friday that is going to feature a bunch of ladies at a wedding that are trying to catch the bouquet. But the joke is that since they realize that I'm still single, that they fight for the bouquet. It's like it becomes a sport. So let's see. We're going to title this Bouquet Toss. Well, hold on a second. I got to remember how to spell it. Now we need to find a picture. I went ahead and did a quick Google search, and I found this one. I think it's the one that's going to be the winner. Like, there was another one that I saw. Like this one right here. It's a little bit too intense. It kind of takes away from the joke of it. She really wants that bouquet. Whoa. So let's go use this one instead. It seems like a little friendlier. She's got, like, what are y'all doing? If you've never watched any of these videos, I'm a professional musician in Houston, Texas. And I always promote my shows with funny flyers. Anything to get people to notice and talk about it. So we need to put a little banner on. This is actually going to be a pretty quick one. I used to do, or still do, other flyers that are just, ridiculous premises, or tie it into a holiday that's going on. And sometimes I'll do something like this that's more sort of like meme oriented. So you just need to add some text. And I'll put the venue information and time, all that stuff at the bottom. My logo. Okay, so I wanted to say bouquet. Why do I want? Oh, okay, it is you. Bouquet Toss and winner Winda gets Pete. That's me. Hey. And then it becomes an Olympic sport, and they're trying to grab it. I just got a book delivered today. I was super excited about. I've been writing a book that features all of. It's kind of like a flyer gallery book that features all of my best flyers from the past 2 to 3 years, and it tells little stories and anecdotes behind a lot of the flyers. And it's 120 pages. And it's sort of also a journey into my life performing as a musician over the past 20-something years. So super proud of it. I ordered one copy. I guess they call that a proof copy. So that's the one that arrived today. And overall, it looks great, but there are some things I need to tweak. So I need to get in touch with the manufacturer and see what I can do to change a few things. I need to add my logo. No, that's the wrong one. Let's do this one. There's going to be almost 300 flyers in the book. So there's going to be a lot to look at. There we go. I might need to make this a little bit Need a little more room here. Okay, and the place that I'm performing on Friday is called The World of Beer. You know, they got their own logo. Let me see if I can find that. Somewhere in the mix. Looking at all these different pictures from previous designs and just, I don't know how I come up with these ideas, honestly. My mom asks me all the time, Peter, how do you come up with this stuff? And I don't know. I think they just all sort of just pop into my head, and I make sure to write it down so I don't forget. We're looking for The World of Beer. It's kind of black background and yellow letters. The World of Beer. I think I'm already past it. Oh my God. Son of a bitch. How can that be? You know what? That's okay. We'll do our own. We'll do it live. World of Beer. There's a couple locations around town, so I gotta make sure I put the right one. Cyprus. I thought about maybe adding my face down here with the little thought bubble, something to tie back into the theme here. I have an idea. Let's group that. Like I was thinking, if I put my face right there and then a little word bubble that would say something like, I don't know. I guess I need to decide that. I mean, that's part of the fun of making these flyers this way, is that I have no idea what direction they're going to go in. I sort of map out something in my mind, and then once I get cooking with creating the flyer, if you don't know me, that's my bald face. Let's flip it. See, I thought if I put a little word bubble around there, it would add to the absurdity of it. It just has to make sense. I think I need to get a little bit more room. Okay, that's working, and then we can adjust this in a second. So let's get, I'm not crazy about this font. I'm gonna tell you right now. But the first couple of these videos that I did, I had to start and stop like 10 or 12 times because I kept like I mean, this is totally unscripted, so I guess you can't really screw up, but I just felt I got all verklempt and just had really terrible starts. I didn't know what to say at the beginning, so I'm trying to just allow myself to make mistakes, and who cares? What did Bob Ross call those? Happy mistakes. All right, let's get the word bubble cooking above there. Word bubble. We could even do it without the word bubble. we could actually have a little bit of a curved text. A curve what? And just have it say, oops, let's bring that back. What? See, that's some poor spelling. Hi, ladies. A little bit more room. I've been using this Canva Pro for, I guess, around 3 years now or so, and still learning. I end up watching other YouTubers and pick up tips from watching them. But I'm not really doing this to instruct, just more of just like a really chill design process. How does that look? Something just relaxing. Or I'm trying to think of the one way that I was trying to describe it, of like design as ambiance. You know, it's not so much teaching as it is just a relaxing way to see someone else be creative. All right, so let's brighten this picture a little bit. We're almost there. I need to make sure that even though there's a humorous angle to this, people still get them, you know, the location and time, because that's the main thing I'm trying to do with these, is promote gigs, but have fun with it. Maybe this isn't the right font. Maybe that's not either. That does stand out more. Let's adjust that curve. What if we just had none? No. But it's too close to the world of beer. What do we do? Okay. Oh, I know what we do. We put a little outline on there. And then we're going to give ourselves a little bit more breathing room. If I added cypress at the end, I could slide all of this over, couldn't I? We still need to add the time. So we can add the time right there. 7 p.m., my bro. All right, that gives us a little bit more room to put my name out there. I mean, I'm trying to promote myself after all. Okay, I think I'm going to add a border around the whole thing, and then we're going to be good to go. So let's group everything together, bro. I don't know why I do that. I used to have a teacher in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, and she would always put a bro at the end of everything. And you know, when you're a kid and you're like me, you hear any accent at all in any way, you're like, what was that? And then you start to mock and emulate. See, if we do orange, that'll tie into my logo orange. And it'll look very, very nice. All right, and let me give this a little bit more breathing room. All right, so now we got our joke up top. I think that looks good there. We got the location looking centered. We might even be able to just like bring the font down a little bit. Why is that grouped? The time is like way too much. What do you guys think? If you happen to be watching this and enjoying it, you know, like everybody else recommends or asks you to, like, subscribe, whatever. Leave a comment if you're enjoying it. Okay, well, that's going to be the flyer for Friday. I'm going to resize this and then get it posted. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a good week.